All right. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Mobile Missions Connection. Here in the studio, it's me, Walter, a little bit out of breath, and beautiful host back together, Ulrich.
With all the African wipes in my shirt, at least.
Yes. So, the program for today, we're going to be talking about Malawi and Malawi in Africa. So, therefore,
Yeah, that's why I have the shirt on
the
today.
costume, yeah.
Also because I love the African culture, the colors, the people. So whenever I have a opportunity to use my African shirt that I got in Senegal, I think 20 years ago or something, I use it and I wear it
That's great.
with great pride.
So, Ulrich, can you tell me what are we? We're YWAM, but what is that? Just briefly.
Like YWAM, Youth with a Mission, and we are a global mission movement, not really organization, a movement, and we are involved in many nations. I would say almost everywhere you find YWAM, and I'm not saying this to be proud, but I'm saying it really with joy, because I believe that there is really a need for this movement, especially with young people, to go into missions and to go out and be the hands and feet of Jesus to the nations.
Yeah, so we're YWAM Denmark, and we're doing this program we call MMC, which is Mobile Missions Connection, which is a forum or a program that we like to use to kind of spread knowledge about missions, to kind of show what the missions field can be like. And today was actually going to be about DTS and about getting into missions. But some things changed, and we're instead choosing it to do this week's MMC to shed some light on the situation going on in Southern Africa, and more specifically in Malawi. We have our wonderful, beautiful friends, Ali and Patso, down there in Zomba, who we're gonna have on here on the stream in a little bit. They're gonna shed some light on what's going on and what this cyclone has done. It's a cyclone that's been there. Yeah, which is
probably most people have read about it in the news, but the Cyclone Freddy as the longest going cyclone ever registered, and devastating, and made a lot of when we looked at land. But we will go into that a little later with pictures and speaking with Ali and Patso, that's leading the work in YWAM Zomba, Malawi, and they will share a bit insight from their point of view and what they see when they reach out to the local area around them.
Yeah. So should we just start? Share a little bit about Malawi. For those who don't know, Malawi is a country along the east coast of Southern Africa, or not along the coast, but close to. And I think we even have some pictures here, yeah. So you can see the country kind of shed out there on the side, the red dot, and with some beautiful pictures from some of the cities and some of the nature around. So we can see Lake Malawi and just some beautiful landscape. And you've actually been there.
I was there last year together with my good friend Marcus, actually our host here at MMC too, Marcus. And we were there last year, and it was really a good trip, both to see culture, see the people, meet the base in Zomba, Patso, Ali, the children, the staff. It was really an really exciting trip. I could tell many funny stories, but that's not why we are here today.
Yes.
But I just want to highlight that Malawi is a beautiful nation with beautiful people, and that's really one of the things that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see the Lake Malawi. That's still in store for me.
Do you want to just share a little bit about our guests coming on here?
I would love to do that. Yeah, I would just shortly introduce Patso and Ali. They have been in YWAM for many years now. I don't know exactly, but I will guess 15 plus. That'll be my guess. They have led DTSs. Now they are, I will not say pioneering anymore, because they are on the ground and they are developing the team out from Zomba in Malawi. And that's actually the area where the Cyclone Freddy has just hit. And they are sent out with support from the base in Blantyre, a bigger YWAM base that we had the pleasure to visit to last year. And I love when you speak with people that know and have worked together with people that you introduce like this, because everyone was speaking so well and honoring so much like Ali and Patso for their leadership and the humble way and the beautiful way they lead. And that was what we saw when we were in Africa too. So they are not just partners, but they're actually friends, and we consider them friends and family to us in YWAM Denmark. So yeah, that's my introduction of you guys.
Yeah, so welcome Ali and Patso. I don't know if we can get you on the screen, but very warm welcome. We're so glad to have you with us, and so excited to hear about what you have to share about both the situation in Malawi, but a little bit about yourselves as well, and your work in the situation, that is. Would you just like to share maybe a couple of sentences about yourselves? Share a little bit about your families, maybe?
Thank you so much. Really, as you guys have already said, we are Ali and Paso, married for several years now. We have 4 kids, and we came here in Zomba 2019, and so excited on what God has been called us, I think, as a couple to be here in Zomba. So yeah, that's, I think, a little bit of what we can say. I think our heart really is to see young people being discipled, and also to know their place, their identity in God, and also we equip them, and also we release them into their giftings. We do believe that young people have calling, and we want to empower them, and also really to release them, to equip them and release them into their giftings, that they can do whatever God has called them to do. So
yeah, and we also love to work with women, those that are being abused, and young people, young girls in prostitution. That's also something that God has put on our heart, because they are lovely daughters of the Father, and God loves them. And if you know that you have a lovely King up there in heaven who loves you, then you can conquer the world. So that's also something that's on our heart, that God called us here to do as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
yeah, thank you guys. And we're looking forward to hearing more. And now we're gonna show a short clip, just some videos that Ali sent us from this week, showing a little bit of the landscape in Malawi right now, showing your local area, but just a little bit of what this cyclone actually, some of the destruction it actually made.
Yes. And if you have questions, if you're following online and have questions, please feel free to write, and we will try to take as many up as we can. Yeah. So.
no one is interested to stay in it. There's no any place that a person can hide. The house is gone. And damage is just a lot. So we'll see how much the destruction.
Let me try again. We'd just like to ask you what your experience was when the Cyclone Freddy came in over Malawi, and how it affected your village and maybe your house and just the base in general. How was that experience when the cyclone came in?
Yeah, I think honestly speaking, like in Malawi, we have been having like cyclone, but I think this one was really different because where we are at, like the houses that we are staying in, I think there was a lot of water coming from different places. Like it was just crazy, and I think like me myself, I think one day I was coming out from a place where I was helping some other people that have been affected, and I found that my house is being surrounded with a lot of water, and I was so scared because I even like driving through the road, it was just difficult, and I had to stop the car to the main road and rush to my house. And I was thinking that my family is gone because the water was just too much. So I had to come in and find that I think they had a safe place. Of course, water was starting coming inside into our house that we we're staying in. But it was really a terrible situation. It really difficult. I think a situation that we have never seen. I think I've been just hearing like lower side and all that, but really where we are, and it was really something difficult. I think when you hear from people like this has been affecting us, sometimes you don't really connect it. But I think when you actually see it's really happening to you, it's when you have a great connection over it. So yeah, that's what that's what I can say.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that must have been really, really hard for you guys.
And one question, the cyclone hit for how long time? It was during several days, and then there was a little break and it came back. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many days were you like hit, or yeah, how I don't know how to even say when a cyclone
I
hits.
think
How many
the
days did
whole
you feel it first?
first I think it took for
2 days. The very first it was 2 days, and I think it stopped, but then it went on another like 3 days because I think in total it was 6 days. But reports show that the rain that fell, the rain that fell during that time, it's worth the 6 months of rain that Malawi can
Wow,
have in a year. But we had it for 6 days.
wow, that's a lot of water, and
Yeah.
and every year like you have like floodings and stuff on a regular basis. So it's not that in this season of year it doesn't rain normally. I remember when we were there last time, there was, I think, a month or so before we came, and it was more or less this time of year. There was also some floods that were like going over their normal level and all that. So it's not 6 months worth of rain. It's a lot of rain in 6 days.
Yeah.
You can even imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we could see in some of the videos that you sent, Ali, how kind of like there were just these floods really flushing through and running through city, like the village or the city, and even how it was sweeping away some people. Yeah, it's just insane, really.
Do you have a official number from the government? How many people have lost their lives during the cyclone?
I think now it's 511 that died during the process, and I think 513 missing, still missing. So yeah.
Yeah.
But hundreds and hundreds of thousands has been affected by it. Is that correct? Like
Yeah. Like, and it's just weird because like as I said, like we used to have floods years back. We used to have like cyclone and all that, but this one really like it has really affected like mainly in town, like really like mainly that's in town, in towns. Of course, it has affected villages, but not the village that we expected. Because normally we are expected in the lower Shire. That's all the water that we collect here in town, it goes to the lower Shire. But now the effect was mainly in town, and many people that died, they have died in town. So that's how terrible it was.
Yeah, and even our president had to like announce that it's a national disaster because it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is some of the struggles that the people are having, like the people in the villages, You say some have lost their homes. Kind of
Yeah.
what's the struggle? What are people missing?
I think there's really a lot, like as we said, they have lost, many of the people have lost houses. And food has been a big challenge. And I think being the year, I think food-wise, like crops did not do well. That's also another challenge. It was like crops did not do well. So food-wise has been quite a big challenge. I think with the cyclone and some of the crops that they plant, they were washed away. So food is an issue. Blankets, clothes, and also like plates, the kitchen materials. That's what I would say. Yeah, and I think also like health-wise, I think I really struggle with that, and psychosocial. So that's kind of a issue that people are struggling at the moment, because at the moment I think some people are camping, like there are several camps at the moment. They're not homes anymore. Like yesterday, I had to go to some of the places and just see how damaged it is. There are some houses that are still standing, but you see the cracks that are there. There's no any option that you will stay in those houses. Like because it's still raining. Like this side doesn't really stop. It's still like heavy rains are still coming. It's not cyclone, but still heavy rains is coming, and they say it's just like cracks all over, and you wouldn't choose to sleep in those houses. So people are sleeping, others in mosques, others in schools, churches. So that's kind of a place where people are in.
So I think your answer or what you're speaking led a little bit for our next question. I'm asking the question. I know that you guys are doing a lot already, but we have this question: what is YWAM Zomba? What are you guys doing? And even authorities, Malawian authorities, regional or national, what are they doing to do relief work to the ones in the greatest need right now?
Yeah, I think like for us, YWAM Zomba, what we have done already is really going out and encouraging people, and we've been providing food, we've been providing blankets, we've been providing like health issues like chlorine, candles, soap, and sometimes we go to the like camp and cook for people, just cook for people and just cheer them and just encourage them with the word of God. And some organization, the government, they're also bringing some food and all that. Of course, there are some other places that are really difficult at the moment to like an unreachable place. Like we have Chisi Island at the moment. In Zomba, just in Zomba, it's just like only helicopters is the only that are going there, because water is just full. There's no any way how you can go there. So yeah, there are some other places that are quite difficult, but I think for us as well, that's what we are doing.
Really good. Keep up the good work, guys. And as has been said already, I was with you guys last year. So I know your heart and I know how hard you work. So my question is made to kind of enlighten and give opportunity for people to be a part and listen. But I know that you guys are committed to help people around you, and yeah, so we are so happy that we can partner with you guys. And last year we had this pleasure of seeing you sending the videos of when the well was drilled and the joy that it gave in that village. So this is also like, it's really hard for the people who have been affected, lost family members and stuff, but it's also an opportunity to show the love of Christ. And I'm so glad to know that that's what you guys are doing in this time. So thank you for your efforts.
Yeah, really, it's really good work that you guys are doing, and it's so encouraging hearing about it, and also just connecting with you guys a little bit and still seeing how you guys smile and see this as it's tough, but we'll get through it, and how you just stick together. It's really encouraging. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just, do you guys have any testimonies or stories from the recent couple of weeks? Maybe what God is doing, or just something in general.
Regarding the cyclone.
Whatever, like I think when people reach out and meet people, God, he do wonderful things. So if something comes to your mind, because that's the God we serve, you know, in the middle of the darkness, he show up and he meets people with his love.
I think what I can say is like Saturday last week we went to one village. It's more on our friends Muslim area, whereby we were led by a close friend who said, I think we have this challenge of the flood and people have lost their houses and all that. And we're like, oh, we'd love to really to come and just encourage people. And when we went there, and you see the hope that it's a little things that we are calling, but the hope that people are getting and connected to say, you know, they are believing like they are believing on like they are Muslims, but then you see the hope that they are carrying when we share about the love of God, to say, you know, though we are walking in difficulty, but really God loves you, and really connecting to the love of God to see how much God can love them. Because out there, they've been saying like, we have seen other communities that have been helped, but we haven't been considered. And you guys, you came here and you really considered this community, and this is just, we see how much you Christians love one another and bringing hope. So I think for us, that was kind of encouraging, like, you know, it's a little thing, but we didn't understand how we can encourage our friends that they doesn't know even Christ, and they see how much love we are carrying. Yeah, so I think for us, that's kind of an encouraging place, yeah, to see the hope place and connecting to the hope.
Knowing, Ali, that you are part of the national leadership team in Malawi, the ACT team, to use some YWAM language here, you're convenient. There's other YWAM bases in Malawi, and I think I remember there's one even located inside a refugee camp. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How are they doing?
Yeah,
apparently they are doing so well, but like the cyclone hit only the southern part of Malawi, so that they are located in the central part of Malawi, but they're doing so amazing. They actually just graduated their first DTS.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's really amazing.
Malawi is a big nation, a long country, so yeah, the cyclone hit one part, that's right. Is there other YWAM bases that has been affected by the cyclone, or is it only you guys, Blantyre and Zomba?
Yeah, there's also another base, three more bases. Oh yeah, three more bases. Yeah, that's true. The other base, it's being used as a camp right now. Like people are camping there, which it's nice to know that also as YWAM we can provide a place where people can stay. Like people can know that we are happy, we are free to stay at this place. So another base, they are providing a camp for, I think, about 30 something families. And their challenge now is that they don't have power as well. So they also, it's hard because in Malawi, our normal food, it's in Sima, so you need the power to mill the maize, but then there's nowhere to buy that, and then there's no power. So they'll have prayer towards that. And the other bases also, some of the property have come down, like houses have come down and all those kind of things. So yeah, it's really a challenge. It has really affected.
I think like this base that my wife is talking about, the one that people have been camping, and some of us tomorrow we are going there to visit them and to provide some needs. Like we have a little bit of donation, so we'd like to go there tomorrow and help them with some food and blankets. And just cook food together and also provide some things to them. But it's I think at the moment it's a difficult place to really drive into the community, because like roads are broken and all that. So it's quite interesting trip, but we'll try our best really just to reach out to them. Because I think I think a few days ago, I think they will run out of food because it's difficult to reach out to them. So
that's good.
That's really
one other just question with this. Is there still villages in the countryside inside the area that has been hit that have not been kind of reached yet. So you don't really know what is the situation, or has the government managed to go out to all the different isolated locations? Do you know that?
Yeah, I think we have like an assessment over like like here in Zomba. There are other places that are reachable, but the other places are difficult to reach. Because it's still raining, and the only way is driving, and you need to have a good car. So it has been difficult to reach out to those kind of places. People would love to go, but then they can't do it. And the helicopters just only going like the cheapest place island that I've said, and the other place is really like difficult to reach out.
Yeah, I think there were like 130 something camps that were not reachable, and they were only reachable with a helicopter, and somehow also, unless there's some other difficulties. And I think recently also I just read in the news a few days ago that there were still some children that were just still in the trees. And even though the cyclone was gone, but then there was still a lot of water, so they was just still in the trees for a few days, and then now they're rescued as well. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
I
what
think
I'm
it's also
hearing, oh sorry, please.
No, what I wanted to say is more like because government, of course, is assessing, but I think they are also have limitation of like knowing where and all that. They are also depending on other people that are in the other locations, but there are some other places that are known because no one can access the places. So that's kind of a challenge.
So when I hear you guys share, I'm hearing that this can actually take some time to get
Yeah.
like infrastructure, to get everything back to
Yeah.
a more or less normal afterwards. It will take months from now, eh?
Yeah.
And that leads actually to an exciting thing from us, because with our partnership with YWAM in Malawi, we actually decided, it was probably a month ago or so. We have talked about it a long time, but a month ago we bought the tickets to go to Malawi here in the month of May. So the 17th of May, we are 4 people traveling out to stay there for a couple of weeks. And with the cyclone and the situation in Malawi and Zomba right now, we have chosen to change our focus a bit. It's not just a partner visit. So actually, Mette, one of the staff here, she's really hard on our side to do an application for funds so we can do relief work together with our family in YWAM Zomba. And I know Ali and Patso is probably working hard because they are receiving a lot of mail from Meta, things that they need to provide on their side too. So that's at least one thing that we really ask for prayer for, because it's something that will empower us to help much more people and to reach out in a greater scale when we come. And even before we come, if this money is released, then they are already doing a huge work in outside from YWAM Zomba, but that could be much more, I don't say, in power, because there will be finances, there will be support to do it in a higher scale. So that's something we are excited about. Also, we have a special guest that's maybe we could show him on the screen. That's Abraham from Faroe Islands, because Malawi and this project is becoming more than just youth with a mission in Denmark. We are actually including YWAM in Faroe Islands because they have also said yes to be partners. We like to call it partners because it's not just us helping with sending money, and we want to engage, we want to go there, we want to maybe have you guys come visiting us to teach us and to enlighten us of some of the things that we need to hear from you guys. So this is really a bridge building, I would say. We are building bridges, and you go two directions in that. And together with our people in Malawi, we believe that there is a task to be done, and there's a lot from us to learn while we are there, but also to reach out to people around the base, showing Jesus film, doing this, handing out food and water due to the situation we're in now. So maybe, I don't know, Abraham, if you just want to share a few words, who you are, it's really short, just a couple of minutes, who you are, your family, what you're doing, and why you guys said, yes, we want to be a part of this.
Yeah, hi guys. So good to see you again. I totally agree with what I heard Walter and Ulrich are saying. It's so nice that in all of this, just to see your smile. It's beautiful. You know that you have Jesus when you can see someone being, even though catastrophe hits, you guys are still on fire for Jesus, and it's very inspiring. So good to see you again. Yeah, my name is Abraham Dalsloy. I'm from the Faroe Islands, and me and my wife, we lead the YWAM Faroe Islands together with Ulrich and Jan Torland from Norway. Me and Maria, we are the ones that are on location on the Faroe Islands, but Ulrich is part of our team and is one of our most valuable friend who's been with us throughout the process. So we've been leading YWAM Faroe Islands for a little bit over a year now already. And I remember early on, Ulrich mentioned that they in YWAM Denmark were having this project in Malawi, and I remember when he shared it the first time. It immediately we were very interested in hearing more and wanted to learn what is this work. And obviously, like over the last few weeks, things have changed a lot. So but I can honestly say, like, I remember the first time when Ulrich sent me the tickets that say we bought the tickets now, and they sent me the pictures. I could really like feel like excitement and the heart for Malawi just really grow. And I'm honestly I'm so excited to come and to join you guys and to meet you, Ali, and oh, sorry, I got your name right now.
That's so.
So yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so excited to meet you guys, and yeah, just to be able to show the love of Jesus. And it's not like we are coming that just like Ulrich said, we're not just coming to send some money and just leave. No, we're actually there to not to share the love of Jesus, and also to help out friends. And that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Wow.
Thank you, Abraham. Yeah, I think I can speak for all of us who are going that it's really such a privilege to get to go to you guys, Ali and Patso, and just help you guys and be with you in that process. And it's really just a privilege to get to be a part of that. So we're really excited. And with that, I would just like to kind of extend that invitation, because everyone can't go to Malawi. Everyone can't go on a mission trip randomly in May when we're going, but you can help in other means. Primarily, I would like to encourage everyone listening, everyone watching, either live or afterhand, to go and pray, to really pray for the situation and the Cyclone Freddy, and just really pray for people's safety and really the restoration of parts of a country and a nation. I would also like to encourage you to just continue praying, or start praying if you're not, to pray for YWAM Zomba and Ali and Patso and all the work that they're doing. To really just stand in this together and as the body of Christ just really serve.
And if you are a youth group leader in a church, or you are a DTS leader, this is a good place to send a DTS team. They are wonderful in receiving teams, and they are really good in providing ministry. I know several teams have gone there, and I'm only hearing really good feedback from it. And I was there last year, as I said. You just see how they have the heart in the right place, and they know people, they provide opportunities. So we can recommend YWAM Zomba for outreaches for you guys to go and serve the Lord together with them.
And lastly, also, we want to open up the opportunity. If you feel called or just feel like you have some money left to spare, we're going to put up a screen here later. We're just the opportunity to donate money to help in this situation. Everything going to YWAM Zomba and the relief work they're doing there, and to the base, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really good, Valda.
Yeah.
I just want also just to say this guy, he's really good at this. It's been so good to do this program together with Valda, because he's just professional, you know. Not that me and Marcus is not, you know, that's not what I'm saying, you know, but he has so many inputs and he's just so clear in his communication. So I really appreciate doing this with you, Valda, and you are doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, I guess with that, I'd like to just thank you again, Ali, Patso, and Abraham as well, for checking in here, and everyone of you watching at home, either live or afterwards. But just thank you for tuning in and joining us for 40 minutes to just hear a little bit about missions and what's going on in the world.
A little more than what we read in the news.
Correct. Yeah,
Yes.
and with that, like to say goodbye. We have future episodes coming up, not scheduled yet, but we're working on it. So whenever that comes out, do look out on our Facebook or our social media, Instagram, whatever, to stay updated.
And feel free to share, to like, to whatever, eh?
Yep.
Comment.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
With that, thanks so much for us from YWAM Denmark. Thank you for joining, Ali, Patso, Abraham. This has been a blast, and yeah.
And we see you in May in Zomba, Malawi.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you guys. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Bless you guys, and thank you for joining.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Greetings to the Faroe Islands too, Abraham.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that's exciting.